All right, guys, welcome to the SBF NCAA All Star Draft. I am not your host, but I am kicking it off for you. I am Jeffrey John. Alongside me tonight, we've got Carter. Welcome, Carter.
Yep.
And we've got Mr. Robinson. Welcome, Mr. Robinson.
What's up, guys?
Your host for the evening is going to be Kenneth Michaels. The first four players selected by each player, by player I mean Robinson and Carter, will be the starters. After that, we'll be doing reserves for the game. Everybody will get the exact same number of minutes, so it doesn't really matter. Kenneth, go ahead and take it away.
All right. So we're going to start this off by the first pick going to Team Robinson. He won the first pick poll by a wide margin, beating second place the cat emoji that Mike Honcho put, and then coming in third place, Alessandro Carter. So, after that narrow margin of victory of like 7 votes, we have Robinson on the clock with the number 1 pick. After we do 4 picks, because obviously they're both going to be the number 1 pick, 5th player, we're going to bring in Bean for 30 seconds of uninterrupted Bean takes on the first 5 picks. So, then we're
You
going to
guys
do the
don't
rest of
want
the
it, but
draft.
we're going to give it to you anyway.
You know we deliver the Bean content that no one asked for. So, with that being said, we're going to put Josh Robinson on the clock starting now. Who is your number 1 pick?
My number 1 pick is going to be. It's a tough decision. Gonna have to be Lightning McBean.
All right, we got Lightning McBean from UConn, the 5'4" point guard, sniper, loves to heave up the ball. I like that choice to run your team. Now we have the first pick for Alessandro Carter.
And before we move on, can we say that there was no other number 1 overall pick for Robinson's
There's no
team?
other choice.
Good choice,
Literally no
Josh
other
Rob.
choice.
Sometimes you've just got to make the right decisions, even if they are the right decisions. Nice pick there.
Good pick. Congratulations. We have Alessandro Carter on the clock now.
Tough. I'll take Alex Hayes.
All right, Alex Hayes, the sharpshooter. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely going to be a very much sleeper pick. I don't think anybody saw that coming. But Alex Hayes, a sniper, might complement Alessandro Carter's play style immensely.
Yeah, I would actually love to see that pairing. Those two together could be lethal. And up next, we have the second pick for Team Robinson.
Shit.
So far, we got a point guard and a center.
I think. I don't know how this is going to work. Well, I don't know if this is going to work well or not, but I'm going to go for Kai Williams.
Ooh, Kai Williams.
Ooh.
That is going to be interesting because I actually really like the idea of Kai Williams playing at the 2 spot because he's been so good off ball at MSU, allowing Sal Q Joe Murr to actually facilitate a little bit and let him do off ball screens and kind of create his own shot. He's been thriving in that position, so I think that's going to be a good choice.
And let me say this too. Already this team's shaping up to look a lot better than UConn ever did this season. So McBean is going to have an absolute chance to showcase her abilities and play alongside Robinson, a true unselfish center that can score from anywhere really. And Kai Williams. Kai absolutely knows how to step into whatever role you want him in. So if he plays catch and shoot for this team, this could be a lethal trio already just to start.
Also, direct shot at the boards. So, number 2 pick for the Team Carter.
I try. Or I pick Ray Cortez.
Oof.
Oh, I love that pick.
That's a sleeper. Everybody sleeps on Ray Cortez. They did last season. They are this season. Everybody wants to talk about Honcho, Alfie. I mean, even Alex Hayes got taken before Ray Cortez here in the All-Star draft. But this guy is quietly the leader for Gonzaga, which is probably the best team in the NCAA right now. This could be a steal of a draft selection.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys, it feels like every time you talk about him, it's like, why are we not much higher on this guy? Like, it's never a negative thing that we're talking about with Ray Cortez. I really don't remember the last time I saw him do something where I was like, man, that's going to hurt his draft stock. Man, I wish he didn't do that. Next up, we have the next pick for Robinson.
It was very tough.
We've got two guards, Williams, McBean, and Robinson at the center.
What is Baki Galupi's height?
I can check that for you real quick.
Thank you.
Pretty sure it's about 6'2".
It's not very tall. Yeah, it's exactly 6'2". That was a wildly good guess.
Right, then one. Do you know what? His name's been kind of sticking out to me on this one, so I'm gonna skip the small forward and I'm gonna go for Cayman Cider.
Woo!
That's a good one.
The speedy power forward, Cayman Cider, is going to go play right next to Josh Robinson. I mean, you don't really have to imagine how good this pairing is going to be because Honcho is probably a better version of Robinson anyway. So we already see what Cayman can do with a true big man behind him. So Cayman should slide into this role and be really good. Shots fired at Robinson.
Yeah, thanks for that, guys.
No problem. Next pick, we have Team Carter.
Forward or center? Let me think. He stole my pick.
Leave it to Josh, Rob.
I'll try with. I'll go with Honcho.
Ooh,
There we go. There he is.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Very thankful that Honcho wound up across from Robinson because Honcho's going to want some revenge for what happened tonight on the blacktop.
Yeah, after that amazing blacktop game, this is going to be a little bit personal, at least.
Where the refs screwed Honcho.
Yeah, he absolutely got gypped. The next pick is going to go to Robinson, the final pick of the first round, the starters.
Yep, one pick each for the starters.
For Robinson.
I'm stuck. Small forward's a hard one. Really hard one.
While you're debating, let me put together this team real quick, just for the fans. So far, we've got Lightning McBean as the primary ball handler, with Kai Williams catch and shoot at the 2. You've got Cayman Cider running a 4-2-40 at the power forward position, and then Josh Robinson, big man down low.
That's laser time, folks.
And I mean, shots are being fired at Josh Robinson, but you did see in that blacktop tournament, his post presence might be unmatched in this league. This pick here could be absolutely vital. Because whoever you're picking here more than likely is lining up across Ray Cortez.
Yeah. Trying to think. Damn. I'm gonna have to. Austin King's a small forward, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go Austin King.
That's huge because Austin King versus Ray Cortez, that was the finale for the small forward blacktop group, and they're going head to head as starters in the All Star game.
I love it. 2 rematches going on in the All Star game.
Already.
It was
Now-
a bad decision. It was between him and Kirei.
I know Prince is going to have some words for you after that one. Carter's on the clock with the last pick in this first round, the starter round. Now, I'll do the same thing I did for Robinson. And so far for Carter, we got Alessandro as the ball handler, Alex Hayes as the sharpshooting 2, Ray Cortez at the 3, and then big man, Mr. Beautiful himself, Mike Honcho, anchoring the center position. Ray Cortez, some people don't know this. Ray Cortez did play power forward last year for Gonzaga.
Yep.
So you could go with the 3 or the 4. I mean, you could go with the 1. This is your team. I'm just kind of spitballing right now.
Let me go with Cedric Collinsworth.
Ooh.
That big man duo down low of Honcho and Cedric is going to be exciting.
They're going to box Robinson together between them and just start beating him in the ribs.
Absolutely. And now to start the second round, I'm not going to start it now. We have the bean takes coming up for the first round, but the second round will kick off with Carter. It's going to be opposite of how the first round was. So, Bean, 30 seconds of Bean time, and then we're going to kick it back. Go ahead, Bean.
Oh, thanks. Great picks between the both of you, Josh and Carter. Some great picks. I do like Josh's pick with Lightning McBean. I think she is an underrated player in this league. Yeah, Carter, I like your picks. But let's see what the second round has in store. I know. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to both any of you. I'm pretty pissed off at this moment. That Woodson was not picked. I feel like Woodson is better than some players you guys picked, but yeah. I still think that it's gonna be a great All Star game, especially because you guys picked some great players. I don't know.
All right,
I'm just
Bean,
biased.
you never
I'm
disappoint. That was
I'm
beautiful.
That was
Great
great.
analysis. Great job there. We're going to be kicking off the second round, starting with Carter.
Should be easy with Alfie Hayes.
Yes. Alfie Hayes, still the hardest I laughed this entire league outside of Luna moments was when Alex Hayes told Alfie to just pass it to the rim. Then the shots will start to go in. I can't get over that
That is
joke.
an all-time quote in the SBF.
Yeah, Alex Hayes is an all-timer just because of that quote. Robinson, next up.
I really don't know. This is tough. This is a really hard one. Is Juan Jose still on the table?
Yes,
Yep.
Juan is there.
Give me Juan Jose.
Jawan Jose.
As Bean would put it.
All right, intermission, really quick. Robinson, I noticed that the picture you sent me, I don't know if that's the one you're using to draft off of, is outdated. Stingray's GM is sending pictures to Carter and Robinson right now that have the 3 new players. So far, no picks have been bad. Everything is still valid, but there are 3 players that got taken out and 3 that got put in that are towards the bottom of these lists. Stingray's GM is sending you guys the new list right
I
now.
think Lion already sent that one.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the upgraded one.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure we had the right list because the list that I'm looking at was wrong. The Lion's all over it. We can go back.
Yep. So it's back
Team-
to his pick.
Yep, Team Carter.
Team Carter. Oh, that's me.
Alessandro Carter.
I'll take Woodson.
All right. Woodson getting taken. Woodsoon on the list, but it's Woodson.
Yeah,
Storming
Woodson.
on like a Woodsoon.
I mean, so it's going to be debated for years and years and years to come. Who's the better build so far, Brendan Woodson or Bean Shep? Bean is just a classic. It's just a classic in the league. I mean, I don't think you could ever beat Bean, but man, Woodson's pretty good too. All right, next pick goes to Mr. Robinson.
Yeah. I can't let him have the entirety of UNC, so give me Kire Prince.
Kiere going number 12.
I can't let that happen.
I've gotta say it's been interesting to see both UNC players letting their teammate at UNC fall to the 12th pick.
Yeah. This just shows you that they're in it to win it. They're in it to win this meaningless game for fun.
Absolutely. That's competitiveness.
Despite the relationships, who cares going forward?
All
It's
the
about
players
winning
on this
right
list
now.
are just all fantastic, and it's a really hard decision every single time.
It is true. Trying to say
Yes.
one is over the other, I can't imagine. I'm glad I'm not in your shoes.
Yeah, that's gotta be a tough spot.
Because no matter you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. No matter who you select next, the people after him is going to be upset. Hey, there are some big names sliding right now, like Dime Hardaway.
Oh yeah.
We got Yannick Rose still here. Baki Galupi, Jack Morgan. Not
Sal.
surprised he's falling. Sal Q, Joe Murr. I love taking shots at the Morgans. All right, next pick goes to the Carter Team Carter.
Let me think. He picked. Go with Sal.
Sal
Definitely.
Q, Joe Murr. This guy, I just absolutely. You can have debate after debate over whether or not this guy is going to be successful in the league, considering he's a big man that doesn't rim protect, doesn't score very well, but he facilitates up there with Alfie Hayes. Lion, you've seen a lot more Sal Q, Joe Murr than I have. Do you think he'll be successful?
It's tough to say where his success will be. I do think it's going to be very situational because he is, at the very least, no matter what happens, the one thing you can say about him is that he is unique. The way Michigan State likes to do it is they will have him on the other end on defense, trot back, and they'll let him have the ball at the top of the arc, play 5 out, do some flare screens, have some cuts to the rim, and let him make those decisions, and then try to get it in the hands of his 2 guards who are the best scorers on their team. And if you can try to facilitate something sort of like that in the pros, whether it be on a bench rotation, I feel like that can propel him to success. Because if he starts working a little bit on his defense and a little bit on his rebounding, at the very least, he'll still be a serviceable center, even if you don't utilize his passing ability.
He did upgrade recently, too, and all those points went into passing even better.
Oh, yeah, doubling down on those strengths.
All right, Robinson is next up.
was tough. He's taken 3 of the centres. I feel I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Jack Morgan's there if you're looking for a big man.
He's
Yeah,
leading
no,
the league in rebounds right now.
I know McBean would love to be partnered up with Jack Morgan.
Oh,
I
that'd be
really
great.
doing everything to avoid taking any Morgans. What position is AJ Bailey?
I've got bad news. You've got the last pick in this round, so.
AJ Bailey is a small forward.
I've already got one of them. Give me Otis Bush.
Otis Bush, another one that just fell so far. Otis Bush, John Stockton build at the point guard position, the true leader for MTSU, doing a great job over there. Those MTSU boys are fun to watch. Next pick's going to be Team Carter.
Give me Queen Holloway.
Queen, off the board. That's a steal. Another big man going the way of Team Carter.
Fuck me, I didn't realize she was big, man.
Yeah, power forward.
Yeah, Queen. I think she's what, 6'11"?
I think
Queen is 6'10".
6'10". Queen's a very good build too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a thing that's going to happen here, and my 10 through 15 is going to end up having to play small ball.
Well, I mean, so there are some newer guys in this that are big men. You still have Gus Fring and you still have Jack Gaines.
No. I was looking at Gus. Yeah, give me Gus.
Gus Fring going to
Gus
Team
Fring.
Robinson with the 16th pick. We have 12 picks left, 6 for each.
I'm not advocating playing Baki Galupi at center. I'm just saying he gets boards.
I'm just saying,
That was
if you're gonna play small ball,
I'm just saying if you're gonna play small ball, sell out on small ball.
Baki Galupi's your man. All right, Team Carter is up with the 17th pick.
Give me Yannick Rose, please.
Yannick, my favorite name in the SBF. And for that, I will make sure this guy is successful. I'm not saying I'm going to cheat to give him a competitive advantage. I'm just saying if he's not successful when he hits the pro league, I'll make sure he's successful. Take that how you want it. I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating.
What he means is he's going to trade for him and start him.
What I mean is if I draft Yannick Rose, I will delete this video. Robinson is next up.
That took a weird turn.
Also, Carter going with Yannick Rose, another forward. It's going to be Alessandro surrounded by big guys.
Still got a few forwards on the board. Got Jack Gaines. Got Jack Morgan, all the Jack and Jack alikes.
Jack Morgan's there.
Yep.
Christian Baki Galupi could play forward for you.
Diddy's a very good defender. He'd be an undersized 4.
Isaiah Thomas. Devonta Bradshaw, I mean, his user, like he's not active, but his player has been top 5 for MVP multiple times. Kind of weird.
Give me Josh Diddy.
Josh Diddy, the small forward defensive anchor.
Undersized 4.
Diddy played today, and Diddy absolutely made a statement for MSU, shutting down the other team. Like those defense, that's gonna be underrated in their journey to try to win it all.
And although he still needs to work on it a little bit, he does have enough consistency from range to keep the floor spread for you at the 4 position too.
All right, Team Carter is on the clock.
Wait, we're not switching every 5?
No, nope, it's just gonna stay true here on out.
Let me take Tom Hardaway.
All right,
Dime.
Hardaway's.
Yep, Dime finally being drafted. In my opinion, this guy should have been a starter. Dime very active, upgrading his player constantly. His player is quietly leading Mississippi State. The problem is Kenneth Dwayne takes all the shots. Baki Galupi takes all the rebounds. Now Queen is there taking a little bit of stats as well. Dime is just spreading the love, but still top 5 for the MVP race. I think about it that way. When you got a guy that shoots like 30 times a game like Dwayne does, a guy that grabs 20 rebounds like Baki Galupi at the guard position, so you got to keep in mind Queen and Kate, they're getting their rebounds as well. And Dime is still putting up numbers.
Yeah,
It's
and
pretty
that's the
impressive.
thing is when I watched that last game, Dime was doing his best to get to the rack, and he was finding people open for threes, and they just weren't going. And Baki Galupi and Dwayne just don't have the stat capability yet to drain those threes consistently, which kind of shows you how underrated Bradshaw's assist numbers, although they're already very good, kind of are.
All right, next up's Team Robinson.
Give me Baki Galupi.
And there it is.
There it is.
Robinson has his center.
He's got the big man on lockdown.
All right, Baki Galupi. We've already mentioned him multiple times. This guy is active. He is putting in some points. We joked when he built his player. We joked, why are you a rebounding point guard? Like, what is going on here? And now here he is in the NCAA putting up 20 boards a game. I mean, we're talking him up like it's crazy, but if we're going to be real here for a minute, Lion, you've watched him play multiple times. Does this play style translate to the pro league?
See, I actually think it really does. I don't know if it's as a starter, but as a role player, I love the kind of person that Christian Baki Galupi is because he's not going to force up shots. He's very good at finding his spots for the mid range and the three, cutting when he's supposed to. Like, he's efficient and he's hustling and getting rebounds. Something that maybe if you're undersized on your bench is extremely valuable. So I could see
And
his value being a lot more than we initially thought.
I 100% agree with that. And the biggest reason I don't understand it, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert, but I watch a lot of SBF games, and a lot of these rebounds are not coming they're not rolling off the rim. A lot of these rebounds are ricocheting out to the arc. So you've got players like Levi McNeil getting over 10 boards a game, Jamarius Randall over 10 boards a game. There are a lot of 1 or 2 guards in the league with 10 plus boards a game. So I think Baki Galupi could keep this up.
Yeah, I don't think this is a college anomaly. I think that those skills are going to transition to the SBF very well.
And next up is Team Carter.
I'll go with Mojo Rising.
All right,
Mojo, the new addition, shooting guard. He's the one thing I can say about Mojo's build so far is he's just so clutch. Very limited playing time. He's just recently joined the league. But like I said, the couple of games that I've seen from him, he comes in hot at the end of the game and he takes over when the team needs him the most. Am I on point with that one?
Oh, absolutely. Not even just on offense, too. It's also on defense, making plays when his team needs it in crunch time. And that's just something that you don't get taught. Like, having the clutch gene is something that you just have or you don't, and it looks like he has it.
Absolutely. Robinson is next up with pick number 22 out of 28.
Give me. Let's see. Just double checking as I'm talking. Give me Jacked Gaines.
All right.
I will let you hit this one. I don't know much about Jacked yet.
All right. Jacked Gaines. He's a very near the rim kind of guy. He's a good rim protector. He's a little bit undersized to be a rim protector, so that's kind of why he plays the 4. But he's built really strong. He likes the interior close shots, post game turnarounds, has a little bit of a mid range. He initially built his player to score like Tim Duncan, if that gives you any sense of what his offense is just kind of being a fundamental power forward.
I always loved watching Tim Duncan not dunk the basketball, even though he's so huge.
Yeah, it was
You-
weird, but it was amazing.
You watch highlight videos of Timmy D, and he does a lot of crazy athletic layups for his size.
Yeah, it was
All right.
gorgeous.
Next up, Team Carter.
That's tough.
I know we still have Jack, Isaiah, AJ, Aiden Travis, Devonta Bradshaw, Jake McCall.
Give me my call.
Jake McCall, absolute sleeper pick. Wish there was more upgrades happening in McCall's build. McCall reminds me of a true point guard where he can take the threes, he can drive if he needs to, but overall he's got that leadership ability. He reminds me of a Brady. Like you watch him play and you're just you're not underwhelmed, but you're also not overwhelmed. You don't fall in love with his athleticism. You don't fall in love with anything, but he does hook you with that leadership trait, and he absolutely can rally the troops at any point.
Oh yeah, one of the absolute bright spots for his team throughout the season is just you see flashes of what he could potentially be, and then you see him kind of come back down to earth right away. We haven't seen him really have stretches of dominance like we've seen other of these same type build guards like Kai Williams.
Yeah, and I think
Alfie.
McCall is struggling only because Michigan. I think people might be saying McCall's not as big of a leader as these guys try to make him out to be because Michigan is struggling so hard. But I think it's the opposite. I think without McCall, Michigan would be even worse than they are now.
Yeah,
And
Michigan is a very dysfunctional team right now, and when I
so
say he's one of the
dysfunctional.
bright spots, let me be very clear that there aren't many bright spots in that team to talk about.
Elijah Gregory's a beast. Number 24, going to Mr. Robinson.
Devonta Bradshaw.
Devonta Bradshaw, so athletic.
Ooh.
The reason I'm not a massive fan of Bradshaw is because I feel like he forces too many bad shots. But what I do have to say in his defense is he plays for a very bad USC team where he has to be the main scorer. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and let's see what he does surrounded by superstars. Let's see if he passes a little bit better. And now Team Carter is on the clock. We have 4 picks left.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take. Give me Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Ooh.
One of my favorite builds. This guy absolutely is a 10-10-10 each and every night. 10 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. This guy can do it all, and he's thick. I like how muscular he is. Definitely can bully the 2 guards, and he's fast for the forward position. So he's a mismatch wherever you put him. Next pick's going to go to Mr. Robinson.
Can you tell me the 3 that are left?
Left, let me pull up the picture here. Left, we have Aiden Travis, AJ Bailey, and then the third one
Morgan.
is
Jack Morgan.
Jack. I was gonna say I don't think there is anymore.
What is Bailey and Travis's positions?
Shooting guard for Travis, small forward for Bailey.
Ooh, give me AJ Bailey.
Damn.
AJ Bailey, selected by Mr. Robinson. And now Carter is on the clock. With Carter's last pick, this will be the round out your team. Are you going to stick
Oh,
McBean
God.
with Morgan? I think you have to.
Just so you know, Baby Travis is very tall for the shooting guard position.
What is he, like 6'7"?
Yep. I think he's actually taller than Bailey.
I will regret it, but give me Jack Morgan.
Oh, saving McBean. Morgan will not be Mr. Irrelevant. And then that means Mr. Irrelevant goes to Aiden Travis of UCLA. All right. Jeffrey John signing off. I'm going to hand it over to Lion. Let him close us out, guys. It was a pleasure hosting this with you.
All right. I hope you guys all had fun on this one. We had a good draft. We had a lot of interesting picks. This did not go at all how I saw it going, but I don't think that there's going to be any disappointment with this game. We have rivalries, we have storylines, we have friendships, and we're going to see it all on display come All-Star game time. And I'd like to thank Alessandro Carter and Josh Robinson for joining us. Thank you, both of you. If you guys have anything to say, let me know right now. What do you think about your teams?
I'll let Carter go first.
Um,
I mean, you got a lot of big men on your team, Carter. I'm a little bit scared of what's gonna happen under the rim going into this game for Robinson.
yeah, we need to stop Josh. That's
That,
important.
you know what? That's a very simple game plan, and it's one that makes sense. So I can appreciate that. That's so like was getting center like that was the thought process going in.
No, not really. But
Just how the cards
Listen,
fell.
stop putting the man on the spot. It was a wing it type
Whoa.
situation. He took best available, and he drafted a
You
team that's going to
signed
kick
off
Josh's
already.
ass.
Get out of here. Robinson, tell me a bit about your team.
Yeah, again, it was a wing it kind of situation,
All
but
right, intense
I think
strategy being used. So,
that's,
no,
that
this
is why I just wanted scorers. Other than that, it was for my 6 through 15. I was a couple times looking at what he picked and trying to find someone that might be able to do some things against his team that way. But I mean, I just want a good, interesting game that we can all really enjoy.
and I think they're all going to appreciate it. So, also thank you for your halftime report, the classic that we always love having here. So that is it for this All-Star draft. Hope you guys had fun.